Welcome Reckless Wanderers, it's Robert again, and today I want to talk about the end of Torment and Bloodlines. The leaks are still running for another, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 hours. But for me, that's basically it. And I just want to briefly talk about how I felt about the leaks and what's going to happen next with the 1 month leak, what my plans are. So I went pretty ham over the last couple of days to play some more Torment and to finish basically my last character and to get some challenges done. In the beginning of the league, a couple of mates and me, we said, getting 5 challenges will be pretty easy. Turned out that it actually was pretty hard, at least if you play as a casual player. But in the end, I was able to get 4 challenges done. Completed the last one yesterday. First one I got was the Bloodlines challenge. That was actually the easiest. I got that really early, like Act 3, Merciless. I found the Void Spawn, which was the last one that was missing. Next one I got was the complete encounters, because a friend of mine was so kind to give me a Divine Shrine. And then it took a while. It took a very long time until I got the next challenge, which I thought would be the easiest, is reach level 85 on 3 characters. And then yesterday I got the items from Vendor Recipe. There I just missed a couple of stuff. I just missed the amulets, so the Power Coral, Agate Citrine, and Turquoise. And I missed the Mana and Hybrid Flask and the Val Orb, and those were pretty easy to obtain. So just got them and finally got my 4 out of 4 totem thingy there. Pretty happy about that. About the characters I played, and that kind of says something about the character I will play in the 1 month. I played 5 characters in total. I started in Bloodlines with Shockwave Totem. So the reason for that was Shockwave Totem is pretty gear independent in the beginning. You can make it work with just a 4-link, and luckily I was able to found the Joffrey's Crest, which made it even easier. And then later on, after I was level 80, 70 something, I got a Carcass Jack, which made it even easier. And when I traded for some currency, I got an Exalt and then could buy a Dune, which made this character an absolute blast, and it was very easy to level this one up to level 85. And by the way, all the characters you will find in the description below. So this was a very good start for a new league, and everyone who wants to get into Path of Exile, wants to play very safe, a very simple character, could start with that one. The next one I played after I hit 85 was a Kinetic Blast Wander, mainly because I wanted to try Kinetic Blast. It looked very sick, and the interaction with Frostball, especially if you have a spell totem that spams Frostball and you have a lot of pierce chance and then you just pierce through, it's amazing. It went so well. I really liked it. But I kind of started playing this character around level 81. I managed to grind it to 82 just doing masters, but at that point it got very, I don't know, dangerous, because I don't have a very good single target, and my gems are, the setup is pretty weird, and I didn't really follow a build guide. I didn't know what I was doing. Also the passive tree, it's maybe not that optimal for a Kinetic Blast Wander, so I got a little bit of trouble later on, and finally decided to not continue to play this character, just because progression slowed so much down whenever I encountered a rare or an exile or a boss, because the single target was just bad. I will probably, the wand is nice. I bought it for 3 chaos. It's a 160 PDPS wand. It doesn't have crit on it, which is why it was so cheap, and it also has a very low attack speed. I will probably rip this one into standard, just the wand, and then use my old Elemental Wander. I have a free respec on that character still, and try something with either CI or max chaos res, low life wander thing. I just want to try something new out, which I will probably do between the 1 month and Act 4. While I was playing this character, I got sick, I got a cold, and I didn't play for a couple of days. That's the lesson of this video, don't play when you're sick. But when I was recovering, I thought of a new character, which I then played next. That's the... oh, interesting. That's the 3 Dragons Ball Lightning Freeze Witch character. I'm very, very happy about using the Heralds and Pyre and then Ball Lightning to freeze everything. Non-crit character, because this is hardcore and I didn't want to die versus Reflect. It also was pretty slow in the end, so it took quite some time to clear a map, but it was incredibly safe and I had a lot of fun. This character, yes, of course, it is not the Diablo 2 Frozen Orb, but still, I really, really like this one. It was a bit more expensive to gear up than the other characters, but not much, honestly. And basically everybody can do this. I guess going crit is a little bit more expensive. It's also a little bit more dangerous because you have to deal with Reflect. But all in all, also a pretty solid character to go to 85. So I hit 85 on those 2 Bloodline characters. Then I basically switched to Torment. On Torment, there's one character that I played with my buddies, basically. This one started out, that was pretty funny. No, actually I played 6 characters now that I remember, but I deleted the 6th one. I played a low-life aura bot that used Summon Raging Spirits and later Animate Weapon, but I didn't really like this character much. Basically also because I didn't play it well. I fucked up pretty hard with the skill tree and I went low-life way too early, and that's why it wasn't fun. And after that I started playing a Viper Striker. I wanted to build a 2-handed sword Viper Striker with crit because I was a firm believer in Viper Strike still being good, but it just isn't. It's very, very sad. Viper Strike is such a cool skill, but the problem with it is the dot is not so strong. Even with the dot nodes, you basically kill the target faster with auto attacks. It's pretty sad, which is why then I spec'd over to a Static Strike, and the Static Strike action actually was a lot of fun. I'm using a Doomsaur, and I think that's the only unique I have on this tune, yeah. And Doomsaur just deals a ton of damage, and Static Strike is it's just a strong skill. It's so fun. We played in that group, but we didn't get very far. We did a couple of maps, and then the group kind of fell apart. And I was playing by that time already the character you saw on YouTube, the recent times, which I call the Railgun, although it really isn't, and that's the point blank Pyre Ice Shot Shadow. Non-prolife, but crit, with the goal to convert all damage sources, which is fire, cold, and physical, or combine those into fire and then let the cone deal only fire damage. Also with getting as much AoE as possible, I'm using a Carcass Jack and an increased AoE gem. And this way I only have to use a single projectile. Also a very cheap character. Yes, there's a drill neck. I found this one. That's why I use it. But in all honesty, you can also make it work with a Hairy Spite. I think I have that still somewhere. So if you compare the tooltip DPS, I mean, of course, tooltip does say nothing on this character, but still it's something to look at. That's 9k, and with that, that's 8k. So that's 1k difference. It's really not that much. And Hairy Spite actually gives you a lot of stats. So strength, dex, int. So actually I had to spec into one int node because I stopped using Hairy Spite. And you have another 10% increased area. So that's a very, very solid quiver if you can't afford a drill neck. Yeah, that was the character I enjoyed the most in all the leagues because it was just so ridiculous. I died a lot of times, so if you say /devs, I've died 44 times. It's very, very embarrassing. Usually when I play, even when I play softcore, I try to play very, very safe. I don't try to zerg stuff down. And especially since I'm trying to progress towards level 90, I usually play carefully, but this character, yeah, it has some serious issues with Reflect, even with a Val Burning Arrow trap. Sometimes you don't see it and then you just die. But the good thing is I only had, I think, 3 or 4 non-Reflect deaths. And that's, for me, it's pretty good. It's still not hardcore viable, but it was heaps of fun. Yeah, and that brings me basically to my plans for the 1 month. The 1 month, it starts tomorrow evening. I think it's 7:30 Berlin time, 6:30 blah, 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 Central European time. No, I'm talking weird stuff. Wait, let me verify that. I don't want to say something wrong here. 1 month. Browse news archive. Full details of the 1 month Bloodlines. Yes, there it is, I guess. 6 p.m. Okay, Central European time, 6 p.m. Tuesday, March 24th. And I will start when the race starts, and I will probably stream tomorrow evening for 4 to 6 hours maybe. And then I've taken the day off on Wednesday, and will also play and stream the whole Wednesday. This is the first time I'm doing this. The first time I'm doing a longer stream because I wanna go for the challenge, at least for the hardcore challenge. I wanna hit level 80 and get all those sweet set items. And for the rest of the month, I will go pretty casually. I will go according to my streaming schedule. But for the very first day, I want to try to get as far as possible. The very early hours and days in the leagues matter the most. And since I won't be able to play on Thursday and Friday, I feel like I want to push it a little bit harder on the Tuesday and Wednesday. And the character I'm going to play is I planned it out with the help of my friend Flux as a Glacial Cascade knockback witch. Why Glacial Cascade? Why knockback? I want to play something that freezes, or that has the potential to freeze, because I'm playing in hardcore and I want to have crowd control. And I also want something that pushes monsters back, because we have this very nasty tormented spirit that explode, or that if he enchants monsters explode in a volatile explosion on death. The ghost or the spirit is called Martyr, I believe. And this is a very dangerous one, paired with some nasty bloodline mods like Otherworldly. I feel like it's pretty good to have knockback. Now, Glacial Cascade isn't the best skill for knockback. That's Ball Lightning by far, or something like Spectral Throw, or I don't know. But I want to play Glacial Cascade because I haven't played it before. Maybe I'll spec over to something else later on. Maybe I will use Ice Nova, but that's a bit dangerous in terms of Reflect. Maybe I will use, I don't know, what else is there? Yeah, even if I find or can buy a 3 dragons, maybe I will play Ball Lightning again. I will level up all those skills and then see what works best. The skill tree is pretty generic. It's a normal crit tree with some small adjustments to keep me safe. This is 87 points. This is around level 80. It's actually a little bit earlier. And if I'm able to play this further, I will just get more spell damage and all the... on all the crit nodes. This is basically my leveling tree. You will find all those trees in the link below. And over the next couple of days, you will probably see me just playing the 1 month. There will be another YouTube video that gives you some highlights about the last days of Torment, because I got pretty lucky with some drops. I mean, a drill neck drop for me, and also some other interesting things happened. Those will be uploaded probably after the 1 month, or sometime in between, if I have the time to edit all the bits and pieces together. And of course, also you will see a lot of coverage from the 1 month. So that's it for now. That was my rambling of the Monday morning. I wish you a very good week and a very awesome start into the 1 month. See you in game.